I don't know how to say it. I think this is really one of the most exciting times in history with what's going on. And I think you could say that I'll give you just an example. The construction industry is changing, and that means engineering, architects, and the folks who build things. In the past, there was a lot of paper, and I think one of the themes that you'll see, that you'll see in now and in the future, is less paper. That's good for the trees, but it also dramatically improves business processes. What's happening in the construction industry is that instead of using a CAD tool like AutoCAD, for example, which is basically a drawing tool that allows you to print a piece of paper that you can give to the folks in the field to build things, people are now building electronic models of structures. So whether it's a building or a bridge, instead of just designing something that looks good on a piece of paper, you're actually producing an electronic model, which means that you can do things like estimate the total number, total amount of materials, for example. How many 2x4s do I need? In the old days, you'd take a piece of paper, you'd get your interns counting the number of 2x4s on that piece of paper. Now you can do that in a moment. This has important implications for things like sustainable design. If you need to design a structure and you need to know what its carbon footprint is, you need to know how much energy it's going to use, you need to know how much water, CO2 emissions, and so on, this is something that can be done easily. And as I said, using digital photography, you can also generate these models for older buildings. And the third thing is being able to take these and visualize them. And I'm not talking about just seeing a nice 3D model, but actually something that you can walk through, that you can experience the texture. We have something called Home Styler, which we just released a little while ago, which allows you to go on the web and actually design what your kitchen's going to look like, what your living room's going to look like, choose textures, different colors, different types of materials, and so on. And this kind of thing, I think, is really going to change not only how construction companies do and build and design things, but also how you participate in the process. And whether you're building a house or whether you're building, for example, a water treatment plant, and you want to get the city councilor and the water commissioner involved in that design so that they can understand what's going on, which you can do with 3D visualization technology. It's all coming out of the gaming industry. You're all familiar with it. But this allows you to basically get all the stakeholders involved in the process. And I think this is really going to change how we design and build and maintain things.